Good morning and welcome to the morning edition. I'm Cristy Morrison. I got myself all worked up right before we went on air.
You did.
Like,
you're a little red in the face.
I know. Well, good morning on a Monday morning. It's nice outside. It's got that little chill in the air. How was the weather in Branson this weekend?
It was absolutely gorgeous.
Oh,
it was
you
perfect.
so lucked out.
We had a wonderful weekend. The wedding was terrific.
Good.
The bride and groom and most of the contingent that came from Kentucky stayed in a giant Airbnb.
Oh, that's
and
perfect.
Together they had a great time.
Kind of like a family reunion.
After the wedding, after we went to the Branson Bell, they all gathered, and people who weren't staying with them, my son and others, all went out there and just hung out for the evening.
I love that.
Sarah's family got back about 12:30. Dan got back about 2. And they just hung around.
They had fun.
And there was a pool table there and darts, and they just played and had a great time.
Wonderful.
But the wedding was beautiful.
And it's your daughter?
My youngest daughter, Maria,
yes.
got married to Brandon Harrod. They worked together. That's how they met. And it was a beautiful ceremony. One of their friends was the officiant. One of those online, I'll go get my thing so I can do a wedding. And he did a lot of preparation, did a wonderful job.
Oh, good.
We had my granddaughter, Madison, and another little girl named Ray Lynn were the leaf girls. They threw leaves and not flowers because we were outside and there were lots of leaves around. And
I love it.
So they did that. The ring bearers were my 9-month-old grandson and an 1.5-year-old little boy who came in a remote control Chevy truck that my son drove. And so they came in, went down the aisle and stopped, and the maid of honor and the best man got the rings out of the back of the truck, and then Dan drove the boys back off, and away they went.
Oh my gosh, it's brilliant.
It was just really beautiful, and I spoke briefly, and they did their vows. Instead of doing a unity candle, because number one, we were outside, and you never know if your candle's going to stay lit or not, but they poured sand into an hourglass.
I've seen that. That's a great idea.
I've seen them do like into a vase or a cylinder, but I've never seen an hourglass before.
Well, you know what? That's true. I don't think I have either.
And they poured sand into the hourglass, and they corked it off and flipped the little thing or base around, and they turned it over. And
I love it.
It was really very, very nice. And then Karen had made a vanilla almond cake, just a small one, with a raspberry filling between the two layers.
Right.
And then the cupcakes, some of them were injected with the raspberry. They all had a dollop on top. And they were very, very good.
That's wonderful.
She had done taste testing with like 20 friends and coworkers, and this was the combination they chose from the two options she had. That was very, very good. One of our neighbors, 3 houses up, let us use their property because they have, frankly, a better view and a little more level property because they have an area that was built up with a retaining wall.
Oh, yeah.
And it was beautiful there. We went to the empty lot next door and took some pictures with Table Rock Lake in the background. It was just wonderful from beginning to end.
I love it. You were very excited about it as well.
It was. We are very,
Nobody's
very happy.
ever excited about weddings, but this one sounded really fun.
We are very, very happy with our new son-in-law. And
good. That makes a difference, doesn't it?
He's a great choice. They're a great couple, and we're really, really happy we're at this point.
I love that.
So then we all loaded up, went to the Branson Bell.
Oh, yes.
Which is the largest boat built to operate on a freshwater lake in the country.
Wow.
And it's a paddle wheeler, and it just cruises Table Rock Lake. And you have to go for dinner and a show and a lake cruise. And we had a wonderful time. Maria, they knew we had a wedding party. They figured out who the bride was. The magician MC, midway through the show, came and pulled her up on the stage and did a couple different things with her. One was this thing where he told her, here's a book. I've memorized the whole book. Pick any page and I'll tell you what it says, deals. And then he also had her write down, he asked her to be thinking about a friend from when she was 12 years old who was not in the room. And had her
I have a hard time doing that.
Had her write the name down, but there was also a whole bunch of other stuff on the card, as it turns out. that we didn't know in the audience, and so she's writing all this stuff down, and then he all of a sudden he knows her birthday, he knows her mother's name, he knows a pet's name, he knows the friend's name. Anyway, we've seen him. He's been there for several years now.
That's wonderful.
So it was, and she was up on the stage and had a wonderful time, and I'm sure they pulled her in because we probably, I think, had the biggest group there.
Sure.
So
I'd imagine.
Get lots of reaction from the big group, and anyway, so then after that's when they went over to the Airbnb and hung out as a young group.
What is as a young group? That means he didn't go.
We did not go. We weren't even invited. It was the young group that went.
How fun, though. I mean, what a special weekend for her. And I know that you'd been really excited about it, and it's just usually very stressful, but I think that you all went about it so well, and it just sounded like it was a fun experience.
Yeah, it was a blast.
Good. I love that. Well, congratulations.
So congratulations to Brandon and Maria Harrod.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that.